Alright, what's up YouTubers and boxing fans? It's 17 Brand Diff coming at y'all with a Keeping It Real boxing show. I know it's been a while. I've been real busy with my homework as usual. I graduate this year with my associate's degree finally. I'm gonna still have to go back for my BA in computer science. But anyway, let me get into this fight. March 13th, Joshua Clottey versus Manny Pacquiao. A lot of people speculating why Manny Pacquiao has picked Clottey, saying it's going to be an easy fight. Clottey's tailor-made for Pacquiao, and a whole bunch of gibberish, basically. I think Clottey is a tough fight for Manny Pacquiao. I don't think it's a lightweight fight. As far as it being an easy fight, I think that Manny Pacquiao picking Joshua Clottey, picking to fight him, is it's a really tough fight that he picked. And if he think it's going to be an easy fight in the back of his head, if Freddie Roach is thinking it's going to be an easy fight in the back of his head, Freddie Roach has been saying lately in interviews, saying that he's thinking that Manny Pacquiao is going to knock Clottey out, and this fourth, and this that. I don't think Manny Pacquiao is going to knock Joshua Clottey out. If Manny Pacquiao beats Joshua Clottey, it would be by unanimous decision or split decision. But if Manny Pacquiao beats Joshua Clottey, I could see it being a unanimous decision. Manny Pacquiao can make this fight very easy, staying on the outside, keeping this fight in the center of the ring, throwing punches and flush combinations without being countered back. We have to remember that Manny Pacquiao has to throw combinations, and even if they don't land effectively, he has to be prepared for Joshua Clottey to counter him, to try to counter him back. So what he has to do is he has to keep Joshua Clottey in a circular motion, to keep Joshua Clottey from planting his punches. Now Joshua Clottey is the type of peekaboo counter punching type fighter that he doesn't have to have his feet set to throw a punch, because if you watch most of his fights with Diego Corrales, with Miguel Cotto, with Margarito, he's been known to throw punches from weird angles. He's been known to throw combinations in spurts from weird angles. If you watch all those fights, you'll see what I'm talking about. What he tends to do sometimes, he tends to leave his head open when throwing that right hand. Now Joshua Clottey has a solid chin. Now I picked Joshua Clottey to defeat Miguel Cotto last year. I still thought Joshua Clottey won the fight by a split decision. The fight was given to Cotto by a split decision, but it was a close fight. You know, I could see under many circumstances why Miguel Cotto got that decision. Like I said, it was a close fight. Hopefully we can get a rematch later on this year. But as of right now, Clottey has to focus on Pacquiao. Clottey is a big underdog in this fight. Pacquiao is the overdog in this fight. If Pacquiao fights a smart fight without allowing himself to be countered back, he can win this fight. He has to be prepared for a 12-round fight. If he's going in thinking this is going to be a 6th round, 5th round, 4th round fight, trying to aim for that, best of luck to him. But I don't see him knocking Joshua Clottey out. I see a lot of people underestimating Joshua Clottey in this fight. I have really had to think this fight through after watching the Clottey and Cotto fight and saying, man, Clottey just fought a 12-round split decision fight with Miguel Cotto, and Pacquiao just went a 12-round TKO decision with Pacquiao. Pacquiao did stop Miguel Cotto in the 12th round. It was a very entertaining and good fight. I know a lot of people think perception means everything. Perception means a lot, but this is one of those fights where perception may not mean anything. Like I said, Pacquiao, if he goes in, fights a smart fight, stays on the outside, stays in the middle of the ring, don't get cornered in the ropes, he can win this fight. But like I said, Pacquiao has to fight a smart fight. See, the thing about Miguel Cotto is Miguel Cotto, he's a type of fighter. He would think stuff through during a fight if he knew he's losing a fight. When he knew he was losing against Joshua Clottey, he stayed on the outside, he circled, he backpedaled the whole fight, the whole half of the fight. But you know what? It brought him to a point when the fight was over with that he caught up in the scorecards with Joshua Clottey, because he knew he couldn't go in there, just press forward and try to go for a knockout and try to stop Clottey, because he knew by the fifth round, that wasn't going to happen. Clottey was still there, Clottey was still coming forward, and Clottey was still pressuring him. Now, with Manny Pacquiao, we got to remember, a lot of people's talking about Manny Pacquiao's power, his speed, how he's grown to this great welterweight. Manny Pacquiao's a great welterweight. Manny Pacquiao does have speed. Now that Manny Pacquiao's built into his 145, 147 weight class, even though he's been fighting that catchweight, he's truly a 147 pounder now. Like we seen in the Miguel Cotto fight. He did knock Miguel Cotto down twice. Miguel Cotto got up and still fought the rest of the fight. Now, remember that fight was stopped on cuts. Stopped on cuts from punches. From Miguel Cotto constantly bleeding. I thought the fight should have been stopped around the 10th, but the fight went to the 12th. Now we gotta remember, Miguel Cotto didn't lose by knockout. He lost by TKO. Now, not saying that Manny Pacquiao doesn't have power, because Manny Pacquiao does have power. Like I said, he knocked Miguel Cotto down, I believe, twice. But the thing is that Miguel Cotto, especially Miguel Cotto, who was never the same again after Margarito, went the whole 12 rounds against Manny Pacquiao. So that should say something right now. Now we shouldn't go too far as Manny Pacquiao's power goes. We have to be realistic with this. Now, does Manny Pacquiao have enough power to knock Clottey out? Yeah, he does. He does. But like I said, Cotto won a whole 12 rounds with Manny Pacquiao. And Joshua Clottey has a much stronger chin than Miguel Cotto. And Joshua Clottey is always going to be there in front of Manny Pacquiao, pressuring him. We got to remember, Joshua Clottey, in most of his fights at welterweight, he comes in the ring about 170 pounds. 160 to 170. When he fought Diego Corrales, he was 170 pounds that night. When he fought Miguel Cotto, he was 163, 162 that night. I mean, so this guy really blows up in weight big time. He comes in the size of a light heavyweight. Okay? So, as far as prediction, who am I picking in this fight? When I was thinking about this fight over the past couple weeks, I'm saying Manny Pacquiao's going to win this fight. Watching a lot of people's predictions and stuff like that, I said Manny Pacquiao is going to win this fight. I don't see him knocking out Joshua Clottey, but I see him possibly stopping Joshua Clottey on cuts. But Joshua Clottey has never been cut before, so I'm like, okay, let's get that out the picture. I see him stopping. I see Manny Pacquiao stopping Joshua Clottey, and by TKO decision, being battered too bad. And I said he's a tough fighter. You know, when you come at him, he's gonna come back at you. He's always gonna be there. So I had to get that out the picture. So then I look at him like 12-round decision. So I could see Manny Pacquiao winning 12-round decision. But over this past week, I really thought the fight through, and I see Joshua Clottey really wearing Manny Pacquiao down in this fight. I see Manny Pacquiao throwing that straight left, throwing that straight right. But I see when he stops those combinations, I see Joshua Clottey just pressing forward on Manny Pacquiao. I see this as a tough fight. I see Joshua Clottey overwhelming Manny Pacquiao in the later rounds. I see this fight going to a TKO 10th round decision for Joshua Clottey. I picked against Manny Pacquiao a lot. I did pick Manny Pacquiao to beat Miguel Cotto based on styles. And I'll be honest, I picked Oscar De La Hoya to beat Manny Pacquiao based on weight class and size, which a lot of people did. So I picked Joshua Clottey TKO 10th round. Peace.